Oh my god, I cannot get these cards out. That does not bode well, huh? Oh, shoot. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Sarah, and today I'm going to be bringing you my year-long reading goals, but with a twist. So if you were around, I recently published a video about my 2022 reading goals and challenges that I'm going to be doing for my own personal reading. And one of the things I believe I said in that video, I should know, I literally filmed it yesterday, but what is time, what is memory, who knows, is that I'm going to be moving away from TBRs, and very, very specific TBRs, unless they're for particular readathons. Because I have found that when I start to get too into the list of what I need to read and when, I just get very overwhelmed and I just decide I don't want to read anything. And so I'm trying something a little bit differently this year. Instead of doing monthly TBRs or even seasonal TBRs, I'm going to be doing seasonal TBR/video project ideas. What does this look like? Kind of to be determined. I'm thinking of doing some sort of TBR game to help me get a couple of ideas going, a couple of things to work on for the next few months at a time. So what I'm thinking of doing is having like a particular like TBR game or fun challenge, or even just like drawing out of like a jar or a cup, something along those lines to help me get some ideas going that are less focused on specific books and more focused on project ideas. So instead of saying here's like the 5 books I want to read in spring, I might go, here are 3 books I want to read, a series I want to start, and here's a video project idea I want to work on. Something like that. I'm trying to find a way to bring some fun to my TBR and my reading without getting too overly structured. So we're gonna give this a whirl. And I thought to start it out, I would do one video playing Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin's Play Your TBR Right, except it will be play your TBR and reading challenges and year-long video ideas right. But that's a mouthful, so we're just gonna call it Play Your TBR Right. And it is what it is. So for those who don't know, it's basically you have a deck of cards and you lay them out 5 at a time. I actually think I'm gonna have to find a different place to do this because this bookshelf is cram-packed, but that's future problem, it's no big deal. So you basically set up cards and you pick higher or lower, and if you win, you get to read something that you want to read, and if you lose, you read something you maybe don't want to read or don't want to read as much. It's very simple. I'll link Gavin's playlist down below in case you want to watch more videos like that. But without further ado, let me introduce what I'm going to be playing my, I cannot say that again, playing my TBR right. So the first thing is going to be basically reading. One of the goals this year is to read a little bit more outside my comfort zone, and that is middle grade and children's type books. And I don't really read a lot of those. And so I thought I would start with 2 very well-known series, which are A Series of Unfortunate Events and Percy Jackson. I've read neither. And so I thought this would be a fun game to figure out which one I'm going to read. Right now I'm leaning more towards Percy Jackson just because Greek mythology is more something that I have a heavy interest in and a heavy background with. So I'm leaning more towards Percy Jackson at this moment. And next on my list is going to be reading a chunky book. It's fine. It's just a long form book that will probably take some time. And those 2 books are going to be Under the Dome by Stephen King or House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski. Now, both of these are pretty thick. But I want to read House of Leaves. I read it last year and I absolutely loved it, so I'm trying to find an excuse to read it again this year. So like, obviously I would love to read this one. Should I have probably picked a book I haven't read? Yeah, but it's my game, it's my TBR. I'm gonna do what I want. So I'm hoping to get the chance to read House of Leaves again, like to have the excuse to read it again. But Under the Dome is just one of the thick books I have that I just own. I don't feel particularly strongly about it one way or another, so it just, you know, gonna be whatever. The next thing on my list is to actually continue a series slash finish the first book in a series that I've started multiple times. And for those, I have the Kingkiller Chronicles by Patrick Rothfuss. Yes, I know this is book 2, but I can't find book 1 right now, so it's just gonna pretend it's the first book. And the Stormlight Archives by Brandon Sanderson. I have started both of these series multiple times, and I just have not been able to get into them in a way that I want to keep reading. Do I have a bookmark in this book? Yes. Am I on page 473? Yes. I loved everything I read up until this point. I just sort of lost steam, and I don't fully remember what has been happening. So I'll have to restart. So I'm gonna kind of pick between these two. This is another one that I kind of like both of them, so I'm gonna be fine either way, I think, but I am leaning more towards Brandon Sanderson. The next one is going to be to start a long form series. I say start because each of these book series has over 9 books in them, I believe. I'm pretty sure there's 9 books at least in one of them. And I don't want to say I'm going to read the entire series because that would be basically all that I would read then for the rest of the year. So my goal is to start the series. And I have the Expanse series by James S.A. Corey or the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan. I'm leaning more towards Wheel of Time just because the series has started and this has been on my TBR for longer than I care to admit. So I would love to get the opportunity to actually start this book series and kind of read it and maybe do like a read along or something with it. I don't know, we'll see. This is the one that I'm leaning more towards right now. And the last thing I'm going to do is going to be a year-long video project. How these are going to turn out, I don't know. How they're going to look, I don't know. They were just 2 ideas that I came up with when I was trying to find a 5th thing to do this game for, because 5 is a good number for me. I don't know why I like to do things in 5s, but I do. So the first long form video project is going to be using Storygraph for a year and trying to integrate myself into it. I don't particularly like Storygraph. I don't feel like it is useful for me as a reader. I feel like the way that they categorize books based on feeling is very interesting. However, feelings are incredibly subjective, and so I don't particularly find myself drawn to that type of style. But I do want to give it a fair shot, so I thought if this one comes up, I would do like kind of use it for a year, try to integrate my TBRs into it, see how I feel about it every month, probably do a monthly check-in, maybe do a couple like recommendations videos, like things that Storygraph recommends to me, kind of seeing how it feels in that way. But that's kind of one of the video ideas. The other one is kind of inspired by a lot of the books will self-destruct, or even Becca from Becca and the Books TBR like unhaul project. So I would do an unhaul project where I would have certain amount of books that my goal would be to read them by the end of the year to unhaul them. Honestly, I'm leaning more towards the Storygraph idea because I feel like there's a lot more I can do with it, and I already have something kind of like unhaul related, so I wouldn't necessarily want to do another one. Spoiler alert, it's this. I basically wrapped so many books, and I will do vlogs when I unwrap them, kind of inspired by Meg from Meg with Books. Am I just gonna do anything original this year? Probably not. It's fine, don't worry about it. I just had all these like cute little like gift bags, so I thought this would be fun to wrap a couple of books in, unwrap them every couple of months, and do a reading vlog for them, because I need to read more books that I own. And to be honest, every time I try, I just get bored and just buy new books or go to the library or anything like that, so that will be the thing that I do. So yeah, I am leaning more towards the Storygraph as of right now. I'm gonna go set up because I cannot do it here. This book, it's too full. I'm gonna go try to clear some space on another shelf and do this then. Wish me luck. So I set up here. I don't know how this is gonna work out, but it is what it is. Ignore my modem and Wi-Fi things behind me. Just, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm in a corner. It is what it is. So I set it up here. This will be the books things I'm less interested in. This will be the things I'm more interested in. I have the layout up here, so I think that'll work out. Right now I'm going to start with the year-long video format. So I have the Unhaul project here and the Storygraph project here. They just are books that have the post-it notes on it because that's what I have. So let me shuffle these guys. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Let's try to hopefully these stay up. Okay, they're up, ready to go. First card, 7. I'm gonna say higher. Ooh, Jack, okay. I'm gonna say lower. I'm gonna say lower. And I'm gonna say higher. Okay, we did it. First round, win. And I'm gonna be doing the story graph year-long project. So that'll be fun. I'm kind of excited. It'll be great. Okay, next up is going to be the series I have to start. One I'm less excited to start is Leviathan Wakes. One I'd rather start is The Wheel of Time. And then let's do this, and then let's... okay, well, I accidentally just reshuffled in the cards from the first round, I realized, because I thought I set them down. Okay, well, I'm gonna just reshuffle the whole thing, and I'm just gonna have to restart. This is so embarrassing. I think this means I'm a failure, guys. I'm just kidding, it's all good. Okay, next round. Oops, my goodness. This spot is really not really wanting to work with me here. But like, actually, I think it's working out pretty well. For like what it is, I think it's good. First card, 6. I'm gonna say higher. Okay, aces, highs, and lows. I don't know if I said that earlier. Aces are highs and lows, and jokers are wild. But I actually don't know if there's any jokers in here. So I'm gonna say, wait, I said higher? So aces are high. Okay, so I'm gonna say lower. Okay, I'm gonna say lower. And I'm gonna say lower. Ooh, yay! Okay, so I won. Okay, I'm gonna actually set these cards elsewhere now and put them behind the camera so I don't accidentally remix them. Okay, so Wheel of Time it is. Cool. Next up, I'm going to do, sorry, I'm trying to organize myself here. Okay, let's do which middle grade-ish type books I want to do. Series of Unfortunate Events for Percy Jackson. I mean, I'm doing pretty well so far. I don't want to jinx it, but like, is this the year that my luck is changing? Maybe, who knows? Probably not. Stay where you are. Okay. And this guy. Okay. Joker. Okay, wild. So that's a good card. I kind of wish it was like later in the deck, but like that's fine. So this card doesn't matter. I'm gonna say this is the lowest card, so I'm gonna say it's higher. 6 is tough. I'm gonna go with my gut and say higher. If you're gonna stay up. Higher? Oh no! I honestly don't know what he does. So I think what he does is he basically just puts another card up there. And then he has to, if it's higher or lower. I think I have to pick a card, and if it's say if it's higher or lower than 6. Okay, I'm gonna say, let me shuffle a little bit. I'm gonna say this card is gonna be higher than a 6. Ooh, barely. I hope those were the right rules, but you know, whatever. And then I'm gonna say this is higher than a 7. Oh no! Okay, I got my first loss. Cards over here. So I'm going to be reading a series of unfortunate events at some point this year. TBD. Next is going to be to do which series I'm actually going to complete the first book in this year. Kingkiller Chronicles by Patrick Rothfuss or the Stormlight Archives by Brandon Sanderson. Okay. I'd love to win this one. I know I'm like probably talking super fast, but I'm trying to like whip through this so it's not like so you can tell that I'm not cheating. Okay, first card, I don't need to guess. Okay, I'm gonna guess lower than a jack. Okay, I'm gonna guess higher than 3. Lower than a 10. Oh, okay, okay. It's all good, it's all good. Okay, lost again. King Killer Chronicles, it is. I like should have probably been paying attention to like what cards I've grabbed, but I haven't been, and I also don't have a good memory, so it is what it is. Okay, final round. Stephen King's Under the Dome versus House of Leaves. Oh my god, that sounded so heavy when I set that down. Oh, this is one you could probably actually kind of see a little bit more than the other ones. It's all good. Okay. Has there been a lot of face cards at this point? I honestly don't remember. I think so. Oh shoot. Okay, honor system that I didn't see it. I hope you can tell on the camera that you can't see. You might have seen on the camera, but I did not. Stay up. Okay. Is a 9. Okay, I'm gonna go and say lower. Ooh, 2. Okay, I'm gonna say higher. Oh my gosh, barely. Okay, I'm gonna say higher. I'm gonna say lower. Okay. Yes. So then I have House of Leaves. That's pretty exciting. Okay, let me gather my stuff and go back to my other spot and do my final outro. Okay, so after playing my game, here is the stack of things I'm working on this year. I won 3? Yeah, I won 3 and lost 2, which is pretty good odds for me since I don't have like fantastic luck usually. So that's good. How this is going to work out, I'm not 100% sure, but I am really excited about this idea. I had a lot of fun playing this game. I might do it again in the future for one of my like seasonal video project / TBR ideas. At some point, probably not the first one just because I just played this game. Yeah, so to recap, I'm going to do some sort of long form using Storygraph video. How that's going to work out, I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. And then I'm going to be reading House of Leaves at some point. I'm going to be starting the Wheel of Time at some point. Let me know in the comments below if anyone's interested in doing like a read along, because that would be fun. Also, it would have to be like a bi-monthly, like every other month we read one, because I don't want to commit to reading this that often. I'm going to be starting the King Killer Chronicles, and I'm going to be reading a series of unfortunate events. When exactly all this stuff's going to come out, I don't know, but be on the lookout for that. Let me know in the comments below if there's any ideas you have for any of these particular videos. Let me know if you have any suggestions or things you want me to explore with the Storygraph video, any suggestions or tips you have for using it, because I do not know anything about it. And also be on the lookout for my first episode of this secret surprise unwrapped unbagged TBR. You know, the name is nothing right now. I've got no ideas. But thank you all for coming along with me on this fun little journey. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun. I'm pretty excited about the projects that I'm going to be working on. I feel like this might be what I've been missing on my channel and in my own reading and my video ideas. So I'm hoping that this is a good kind of way for me to move forward. I'll be coming back with something similar for the spring season, probably in February, because I will consider March to be spring. I live in California, so it's basically always like there's just like no seasons here. So I think that'll come out in February, which is like, I mean, I say it's like super close. It's fairly close. So I'll do that. I'm gonna pick a TBR game to play for that one, and yeah, that's all I have for you today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.